Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the IINet BFNL Junior Footy Show for another week. Fantastic to be joining you once again via, of course, the BFNL website here at www.bfl.vcfl.com.au. But you know that already because that's how you got here. You put that into your browser, didn't you? Sean Kelly's my name. Matt Wiltshire joins us as always. Matty, great to have you again on the IINet BFNL Junior Footy Show.
Fantastic to be back for another week of exciting junior football and netball.
It is indeed. It's Devils Week this week. We've got the Darley Football Netball Club coming up later on. Jake Beecham from their under 16.5 footy side and Caitlin Bewley from their 17 under netball side joined us. Well, we joined them because we went out to Darley for it, but we'll explain that more later on. Of course, our round for Crockers, Menswear and Schoolwear Netballer of the Week, Natalie Fitzpatrick from the East Ballarat Football Netball Club. I nearly said East Point then. I get confused between seniors and juniors sometimes. Don't mind me, I'm just having old man syndrome. So let's have a look at last week's results and last week's winners in the BFNL Junior competition, starting with the Footy to Mars under 16.5 senior competition. Ballarat were winners last week in a close one against North Ballarat, and then we had Darley. East Ballarat and Mount Clear played out a draw, would you believe, 12-6, 78 each of two, and Redan defeating Lake Wendouree in the under 16.5 reserves. It was North, Darley, East and the Lakers getting over the line. Under 14 seniors last week, thanks of course to our great friends at Schweppes. North Ballarat with a big win over Ballarat on Saturday, and then on Sunday, Sebastopol getting over the line against Darley, East Ballarat against Mount Clear, and Lake Wendouree against Redan. Under 14 reserves, North Ballarat defeating Ballarat, and then Darley, Mount Clear and Lake Wendouree bringing victories up as well. In the under-12 seniors, North Ballarat with a good win over the Swannies. And then it was the Devils, the Bulldogs and the Lakers getting wins as well. And then in the under-12s reserves, North Ballarat, Darley, Mount Clear and Redan were last week's winners. Matty, how did the netball results pan out?
Some very interesting results. We had one draw and a couple of very close games, so some exciting games of netball for our round 4 competition of junior netball. We'll start off with the IINet 17 under seniors. We had Darley defeating Sebas, North Ballarat over Ballarat, East Ballarat over Mount Clear and Lake Wendouree over Redan, with North Ballarat and Redan currently at top of the table. 17 and under reserves, we had Sebas having a 1-point win over Darley, North Ballarat over Ballarat, East Ballarat over Mount Clear and Redan over Lake Wendouree, with Redan and East Ballarat topping the tables there for the 17 and under reserves. Into the 15 under seniors, we had Darley, North Ballarat, East Ballarat and Lake Wendouree all coming away with wins, with North Ballarat and East on the top of the tables there. 15 under reserves, we had Darley, North Ballarat, East Ballarat and Lake Wendouree all having very comfortable wins there, with North Ballarat and Darley top of the tables for the 15 and under reserves. Into the IINet 13 and under seniors, we had North Ballarat having a strong win over Ballarat, Darley over Sebas, Mount Clear over East and Lake Wendouree over Redan, with Darley and North Ballarat top of the tables for that one. Into our 13 under reserves, North Ballarat having a strong win, Darley, East Ballarat and Lake Wendouree, with Darley and Lake Wendouree leading the 13 under reserves. Now into our little tackers, the 11 and unders. We had North over Ballarat, Darley over Sebas, Lake Wendouree over Redan, and then we had our draw for the round in the 11 and unders, which is fitting. It was 11-all, so 11-all for East Ballarat and Mount Clear, so well done to all the teams on the weekend. A draw in footy, a draw in netball. It was all happening in the BFNL's junior ranks last week. Matty, I'll get you to have a look back over those results for a second, and if you can tell me where Darley is sitting on the 17 and under netball ladder, I'd very much appreciate that, because it's Darley week this week, as we know, in the Junior Footy Show, and we're about to cross to a couple of interviews. We caught up with Jake Beecham from the under 16.5 footy side out at the Darley Hub, and we also caught up with Caitlin Bewley from their 17 under netball side in the Darley Park club rooms as well. Tell me where Darley is sitting on that 17 under senior netball ladder, please. Darley currently sitting third with 3 wins and 1 loss.
That's very interesting, because you're going to hear some stuff from Caitlin later on that she's not talking about playing finals or anything like that. You'll see what she's talking about this year, and she's gone straight to the top. But after that as well, we're also going to have our Crockers, Menswear and Schoolwear round 4 netballer of the week. So without any further ado, it's what you come to see every week. Let's jump straight into the interviews. We're going to head out to Darley, catch up with Jake Beecham, catch up with Caitlin Bewley, and then Matty's going to come in and chat with Natalie Fitzpatrick from the East Ballarat 13 and under netball squad, our Crockers, Menswear and Schoolwear netballer of the week for this week. We're here on the IONET BFNL Junior Footy Show. We're out at the Darley Hub this week. I've got with me Jake Beecham from the Darley under 16.5 side. Jake, welcome to the Footy Show, mate.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming out, and obviously we're out here at beautiful Darley. Nice night for training.
Yeah, it's a bit chilly, but you get that, eh?
You do, mate, you do. Now, talk to me about your form this year. You've been playing 16s and 18s. How you been going?
Feel like individually for myself I've been okay.
Yep.
But as a team we're struggling a bit. Just need to get fitter and get the games up here, so it should be alright then.
It tends to happen sometimes. You can tend to struggle a bit early on in the season until you get that fitness into you. So it's a case of watch out Devils later in the season, mate.
Yeah, hopefully we can get there.
Very good stuff. Now, you did a pre-season with the senior squad as well. How'd you find that?
Yeah, it was very good. I looked forward to every night, didn't miss a beat, and
Yep.
it's really paying off for me right now.
Any blokes you look up to at that senior level?
Probably Pagey.
Yep.
And Tuddy Edwards himself.
Yeah, good couple of role models there, and it was interesting reading a profile that Tuddy did for the Footy Record this week, and he mentioned your name as one of the players he's very much looking forward to in the junior squad, so pretty good rap there from the senior coach, mate. You take that any day of the week.
Yeah, I was pretty happy with that, considering I wasn't born a natural footballer. I've worked really hard to get where I am so far, and hopefully good things to come in the future.
That's what we like to hear, mate. Keep the work up, and I look forward to seeing you playing senior footy in a couple of years, and we'll be interviewing you in a senior interleague training or something like that instead of Darley under 16s. But a few of the teammates are gathering around, mate, so it's time to ask you a few questions about them. Who's probably your most annoying teammate at the club at the moment?
I reckon Dion Youngard, Joel Barnes and Taylor Elms.
They'd be all the blokes that are
annoying.
watching us right now. Yeah, beautiful work. I love that. Good stuff. Having said that, let's take you to the grand final this year. You're in it, the under 16.5 grand final, playing against East Ballarat.
Yep.
Siren's gone, 3 points down, but you've been given a free kick 45 metres out directly in front. Who takes it to win the grand final?
I backed Dion Younger in.
Yep.
Yes.
That's good. I like the blokes that say that. I also like the blokes that put their hand up and said, I'll have a crack at it as well. I'll be the hero. So good stuff there by you, mate. So what's on the menu for tonight at training? Obviously, who are you playing this week?
Ballarat Swans, they're
Yep.
in pretty good form.
That's right. Ballarat Swans, good game leading into, of course, the Mother's Day round and the pink round. So I believe the Ballarat guys are doing something for the pink round, but it'd be a good game.
Yeah, it should be good as long as we get hard at the ball, and we'll see how it all pans out.
Good stuff. Now, Barnsy's coaching you this year, isn't he?
Yep.
How's he go?
Yeah, he's good. Old school footy, hard.
Yep.
Teaches us hard at the ball and
Emotional kind of bloke.
Yes, emotional. Gets really into the game, and he's a very good coach to have.
Good stuff. And of course, we have the Biddy audience here, and Mum and Dad are here watching. And Mum just made sure the hair was okay before you came on camera as well, mate. So it's good to see that Mum and Dad are still looking after you. Well, Jake, thanks for joining us, mate.
Thanks,
it's been a
mate.
pleasure having you on the Footy Show.
Thanks for having me.
Look forward to watching your
No
progress
worries.
throughout the year, and hopefully seeing you in the finals.
Yep, thank you.
Thanks to Jake Beecham from the Darley Footy Club. It's time to talk netball now. We're going to head over to Darley Park, and we're going to catch up with Caitlin Bewley from the 17 and under netball team. Welcome back to the IONET Junior Footy Show. We've moved from the Darley Hub to a much warmer Darley Park. In fact, we've got an inside closure this time as we speak with Darley 17 and under netballer Caitlin Bewley. Caitlin, welcome to the Footy Show.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being here. It's fantastic to have you along, and of course here at Darley, where the Bewley name is almost a little bit like royalty, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
It's obviously a lot of family involved with the club. Your mum and dad are heavily involved as well. Your brother played all his junior footy here.
Yeah.
Does it feel like home being here at Darley Park?
Definitely feels like home being at Darley Park. Definitely.
How's your netball been so far this year? Because you're playing both in the 17 and under and the 19 and under competition. How's that been going for you?
Yeah, really good. The 17s are going well so far, and the 18s are, I think we're second or third on the ladder at the
Awesome.
moment, so we're going well, yeah.
Really good sides in both as well. You've been playing centre court throughout the 17 and under side.
Yeah.
Where have you been playing in the 19s?
Centre court.
Centre court as well?
Yeah.
Fantastic. So going really, really well. It's great to see that Darley's up and about. I think the junior club as a whole, really strong club here, a really family-friendly club as well.
Yeah.
So everyone seems to be going really well.
Yeah. Definitely.
Talk to us a little bit about the summer as well, because you played in the regional state league side for the Ballarat Football Netball League, and of course won the RSL title. So
Yeah.
firstly, congratulations on
Thank
that.
you, thank you.
How did you find the regional state league experience?
It was a really good experience. Frank taught me a lot, and it was.
Don't say that too loudly, because he'll start to believe it. If you say it too loudly.
No, he's a really good
He
coach,
is,
and
he
we
is
had
a
a
great
really
coach.
strong side this year, and we ended up coming out with the championship, which was really good. So, yeah, I really loved RSL.
Did you think that you were? Because it seemed that obviously the Riddle District side were very strong all throughout,
Yeah.
but then once you guys beat them in that second round of home and away matches, things kind of changed and the balance of power shifted. Did you know from that point onwards that if you come up against them again, you'd be confident in beating them?
Look, we were kind of hoping that they wouldn't get into the grand final against us because they were a very strong, very good side. So we were stoked when we found out that Eureka were coming up against us. So it was good.
It was great to see the victory as well. And I suppose it was good from your point of view because there were a lot of Darley girls involved as well. Sophie Antonello was there, Sarah Keith was there as well. So you had that support from your teammates as well as meeting everybody else from around the other BFL clubs.
Yeah, it was really good.
Tell us a little bit about the club, of course. As we know, there's some people that can tend to rub people up the wrong way at times. In the 17 and unders, who do you reckon is probably that one person that just is that little bit annoying sometimes on court?
Ruby Ankrum.
How did I know you'd say that?
Ruby Ankrum.
How did I know you'd say that one?
She's the most annoying on Darley under 17s team. Well,
Who's that? And where do you see your netball going in the future, Caitlin? Do you see pushing up into the Darley seniors? Would you like to maybe push further and use that regional state league experience and maybe push up to a VNL level or something like that?
yeah, going to a VNL level would be really good, and I'd really love to get that far, but I just got to work really hard to get there.
Good things come to those who work hard. As we just heard from Jake as well, he said that he's worked hard to get where he is, and I've absolutely no doubt you have as well. And you've shown on the court that you're a star. You've shown tonight that you're a star as well. I'm sure Ruby probably doesn't think the same thing right now, but everybody else does, and it's been fantastic having you on the show. What can we expect to see from the Darley Football Netball Club's junior netball teams for the rest of the season, do you think? Have you got your goals set?
Premiership.
Just straight, just bang.
Straight,
Not make
bang.
the finals, not anything like that. We're coming out, we're winning the flag.
Hopefully.
I like your confidence, Caitlin. Caitlin Bewley, thanks for joining us on the INET BFNL Junior Footy Show tonight. It's fantastic coming out here to Darley, to your home,
Yes.
and being a guest in your house, of course. So thanks for joining us.
That's all right. Thank you.
Caitlin Bewley from the Darley Junior Football Netball Club. It's time to cross back to the studio to have a look at our Crockers Menswear and Schoolwear winner for round 4 from the East Ballarat Football Netball Club. Coming up right now.
Joined now by Natalie Fitzpatrick, our round 4 Crockers Menswear and Schoolwear winner. So congratulations to you, Natalie, and thank you for coming on the show.
Thanks, Matt.
Now, it's the Fitzpatrick family sort of seems to be displaying a lot on the footy show. We had her brother Liam in a couple of weeks ago, so we'll have to see if Natalie can beat Liam's interview, which I am sure she will. So thanks for coming on the show, Natalie. We'll start by East Ballarat, 13 under reserve side that you play for. You've had 3 out of the 4 wins so far this season. How do you think the East Ballarat girls are going to go this year?
I think they'll go pretty well, Matt. I reckon we might be a bit stronger than last year.
Yep.
This year, as you may know, we lost to North. They're probably the strongest side on our
Yep.
team. But yeah, so we got pretty close to winning against them about halfway through, and then unfortunately in the end they thrashed us.
Yep.
So yeah, we're definitely stronger this year.
Fantastic. It's always a good, just to see where you're going when you go well against North Ballarat. So you're on 4th on the ladder currently, so looking to make a final spot, which would be fantastic for yourself, and hopefully, you never know, onto the grand final, and you can come over the top of North in that one, which would be the game that you want to win. Now, I looked at the score sheet from the weekend just to see what position you play, and you seem to play pretty much everywhere. I think you're down for goal defence, goalkeeper, then goal shooter in the last quarter. What would be your favourite position?
Definitely goal attack and goal shooter.
Yep.
I don't normally play in defence. That was kind of
Just a bit of a one-off?
Yeah, that was
Fantastic. Well, it's good to sort of play.
Move around the court.
Yeah, exactly. Move around the court when you're still young and in the junior competition, get to experience everywhere and see where you're best at. So good to see you like it up there in the goals. Now, you're obviously very young, playing 13 and under still. I don't know if you would have thought much about it, but your future of netball, what are you sort of planning on? Thinking maybe interleague berth in a couple of years with the BFL and then lead on to sort of the Melbourne Vixens, that sort of thing down the track? Or what's your sort of future goals with netball?
Well, I hope I'm good enough.
Hopefully good enough?
Yeah, I'm not sure whatever comes in the future.
So now you've been around East Ballarat Club for, you say, 7 years now, obviously watching your brother play football and then playing netball for 2 years. Yep. Oh, 2 brothers. Yeah. Oh, look out. What would you think the best thing about the East Ballarat Junior Football Club?
They're all like one big happy family.
Yep.
Everyone gets along. It's just a great club to be around.
Fantastic. And last question I have for you: any idols that you have of yours? Any sort of people you look up in netball, say playing for Australia or even just here locally or anything like that?
don't know many players, to be honest. Probably mum.
Probably the mum. That's always a good one to say. So, congratulations to Natalie. Here's your 25 Crockers Menswear and Schoolwear voucher. So, congratulations. Spend that one wisely. I'm sure mum and dad will be very happy with that one. So, thanks for coming onto the show, and much appreciated.
Thank you.
Natalie Fitzpatrick from the East Ballarat Football Netball Club's 13 and unders, our Crockers' most valuable netballer this week. And before that, of course, the guys at Darley. How's Caitlin Bewley? We touched on it. She's basically said we're winning the flag. There's nothing else to it.
Well, she is a fantastic player, Caitlin.
She is.
I know from working with a bit of netball last year, her name always popped up. So she's got a big future ahead of her, but she's very, very ambitious with her selections going straight for the grand final, which is good to see at a young age. So
Not just going straight for the grand final, it's going to the grand final and hoisting cup up. That's how she's going. That's some fantastic stuff. But thanks to Jake and thanks to Caitlin for coming on. Again, the bar being raised. So I think it's Boroughs next week. So there's some work to do for Sebastopol. They really need to bring their A game next week, which I have no doubt that they'll do.
I'm sure they will. So good luck to Sebastian next week. So make sure you're coming pretty prepared for those junior footballers and netballers coming in.
Let's have a look at this week's round of games, Matty, because all the games being played on Saturday this week, of course, with Mother's Day round. We like to have Sunday clear so that all of our junior footballers can celebrate with their mums. And, of course, we've got all of the mums that help out at clubs, which it's a fitting round because it's Respect for Women round this week. So we acknowledge all of the fantastic work that women do within our junior football netball clubs, and I suppose it's good to have the Sunday off this week so that they can enjoy Mother's Day, not have to worry about running around after the little kids.
Yeah, women obviously make a fantastic contribution, not to just netball but football also these days as well, with many of our coordinators being women, and it's fantastic to see the amount of work that they put in and the involvement that they have in clubs. So it's very fantastic to see that the BFL can recognise the contribution that they make to both football and netball this week.
So games this week on Saturday, of course, Ballarat taking on Darley at Alfreton, opposite venue to their seniors, and there's going to be a big focus, of course, on the Mother's Day round in this game with some great initiatives by the Ballarat Football Netball Club this week.
Yeah, no, definitely, mate. Definitely.
Man of many words you are, Matt Wiltshire. I love it. Another dual gate game at Sebastopol this week as they take on Bacchus Marsh at the same time as their seniors. So dual gate games up and alive at the Borough at the moment. We've got Lake Wendouree taking on East Ballarat up at Wendouree Reserve. And we've also got the Mounties hosting Redan at Mount Clear Rec Reserve this week. North Ballarat have the bye, so they get to look after their mums as well because they get Saturday and Sunday off to look after mum. But it's going to be some pretty good games of footy and netball in amongst those, I think, Matty.
There are some fantastic games there, and obviously on the Saturday, a bit of a different experience for most of the football players. They have the Saturday off, and then obviously a quiet one Saturday night, and have the big day on the Sunday. So good luck to all of the teams there playing on the Saturday, and it'll be a good experience. And there you can sit back and not relax, I suppose, you'll be taking care of your mum on the Sunday.
Correct, breakfast in bed stuff, everybody now.
So after that, have a bit of relaxing. So it'll be good for the junior footballers this week.
Certainly will. Thank you once again for joining us on the IINet BFNL Junior Footy Show for another week. We'll be back same time, same place, same channel next week. We look forward to you joining us then.
We'll see you then.